I think the most important thing here is to really disclose the fact why I'm suing these systems. With all my issues, the Department of Justice, the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Education across the federal and provincial platforms. It costs around $7,000 to $15,000 to file a piece of paper and be represented at the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal. Upwards of $15,000 per application, per problem. If I were to pursue this legally, 6 perpetrators times, let's say, 5 violations each to be heard for my issues at the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal. It's $500,000. $500,000 for all the human rights violations across my life. I recorded that call too. Based off of that, I have decided to sue the government for classism. 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 If you're a person of color or a different minority, like Stephen Hawkins, disabled, and if you have enough money, your disability, minority, whatever you've got, is less adverse to your success, if that makes sense. And that's why there's a lot of issues between people in the same race, even. There are people of color that look at other people of color as whitewashed. What makes them whitewashed? Class. 6 applications. 6 times 15,000, $90,000. The application itself proves classism. I just love it. With that lawsuit for classism, I strongly believe, and I'm only predicting this, I hope I can squeeze this through. I hope that with the right wording, I will be able to be represented for all of my forms of discrimination under the blanket of classism because of how the system is regulated for people with money. And I will argue that I wouldn't even be standing here today if I had money or an equal opportunity. And the thing that makes people feel most oppressed is deprivation. You can call me whatever you want. Call me a faggot. You can call me a retard. You can call me whatever the fuck you want if you don't restrict me or close the door on my face because of it. People's class in society determines whether or not they are subjected to a greater amount of discrimination. And their class in society allows people that are discriminated to fight because they're the only ones that can afford it. So eat that.